you want?
Oh, we're live?
Do you want some of the chicory?
No, thank you.
All right. Well, it'll be a fun one today. We're trying to get some things going. And what's that?
I said I guess I'll do that later.
What part are you doing?
Just gonna clean the mirror in the room.
Oh, I'm coming back here right now. I was just grabbing this real fast. So I've got energy to make it down the hallway. It's a long hallway. Just grabbing my protein shake really fast.
So that's blinking.
Yep. No, hold on. We gotta get this up. There's you. You timed out or something.
We are going to give you guys a tour of the house today, and we just thought of this. So unlike other influencers who
got me a paper towel real quick.
Make sure that the house looks clean, like nobody lives in it. We did not do that. So I actually, why we thought of this is because I cleaned the bunk room that Dan built. I cleaned it yesterday. And so I was like, hey, we should do the live in there and give an update on how that's going, because usually it's not as clean as it is right now. But then we decided just to do a whole tour of the house so you guys could see all the projects that Dan's done, that we've done together, but mostly Dan.
Yeah, we've done a lot in here.
Yeah.
When you think about it, this whole room we're sitting in fact.
We work as a good team, because a lot of times I come up with the ideas, present them to Dan, and then together we tweak them and think of a better idea, and then he builds it, and then I decorate it, and usually I'm the one that paints and everything. So let's head back to the, let me go close the door so you can get a full effect, and then I'll just follow you down the hall.
All right, I'm gonna finish pouring my Rise stuff in here. She's stealing you guys away. Before I was all the way done, trying to hurry. So I'm trying to be a good patient as far as my wound care stuff goes, and supposed to be drinking lots of, or consuming lots of protein.
You just shook the protein over your lap, or what was that?
Yeah, that's protein.
Oopsies.
So anyways.
Still making it.
Yep, still making it.
So for those of you that have not been around for very long on our page, Dan, how has it been 2 years now since you finished?
A bit better. A little over a year and a half.
Year and a half since Dan finished?
Yeah.
I don't know when it was.
No, it'd be December was like, didn't we launch it in December? Yeah, and it would have been a year long to do it to that point. So
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
We're coming up on 2 years since he finished it. And it was about a year-long process to get it done, just because there were surgeries and vacations and
6 kids.
Recovering and 6 kids and all the things. So it just took a long time, like all the projects do, because it's hard to dedicate time to it. But if you haven't seen it, go to our shorts on here and filter by most popular, and it should be one of the top ones. The video, I think it had, I don't know, 18 million views or something on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah,
I think it should be there, our top viewed video.
On Instagram it was like 100.
So check that out and then come back to the live, because we're gonna go into the room here in a minute. But
like 130 something million. What was it?
Dan,
anyways.
Not on YouTube, it wasn't.
I know, I was saying that.
On Instagram, it had like 128 million views or something, but go make it so we can do it.
All right, well, I was going to talk about it real quick what I was making, because it's important for people to know. This is my drink that helps with some of the inflammation and things in our body, and it actually makes a big difference when I'm consistently drinking it. It comes in chicory, which, as you can see, it says Rise Mushroom Chicory, and another bag that says Rise Mushroom Coffee. We're all out of the coffee one, but it seems to help me out a little bit more. but it's got a whole bunch of mushroom components in the ingredients that help with inflammation and brain health and all sorts of stuff. Anyways, like for energy, focus, stress, it's got lion's mane, rashishish, chicory, king trumpet, turkey tail, shiitake, all sorts of good stuff. But anyways,
they're supposed to help with inflammation.
Yeah.
This isn't an ad, by the way. Somewhere I think we have a affiliate code or something,
Yeah,
but I have no
somewhere.
idea what it is. So.
But yeah, I was just in the middle of finishing up, so I was just sharing what I was doing. This is kind of like when I'm a good boy, I do this at night and day, and at least once during the daytime. It does give you, supposedly, makes you feel a little bit energized, but it says coffee or caffeine-free replacement. But anyways, so I do that, and then I just flavor it up with some yummy honey.
Because it tastes like dirt. Honestly. But it's an acquired taste like coffee, I'm assuming. I've never been a coffee drinker, but coffee stinks. So I'm assuming it's an acquired flavor just like that.
I used to drink a ton of it though when I was a cop.
I like the chicory if you put lots of honey and then a little bit of like sweet almond milk in it to make it creamy. But anyways, down to this whole bunk bedroom. And for those that haven't seen it, you're going to be super excited to see it here in just a minute. It is so cool. He built it for our youngest 3 daughters. Our now 13-year-old decided to move out into her older sister's room when she left for college. She would rather have her own room than have a cool room with her 2 little tiny sisters. So can't blame her. So we turned what was her bed into just another little play area, and the girls are loving it up there. So
yeah,
we'll show you here in just a minute.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna turn on the live so I can see the comments. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll follow you back there. It's awesome. Yes, we do know we sent you 2. You waited so long that I just threw 2 in there.
What?
So bonus.
You better pay for that other one.
Thanks for your patience. Speaking of merch, when we get off of this live, we're gonna sit down and brainstorm and get our merch going again, hopefully. So
I put that in the description too.
Yeah.
So I'm holding
All right.
this to it. So
we are going to head back to the bunk room.
And talk about this stuff on the way back, or you just go back there and then
Talk
come
about
back
what
out.
stuff?
Like the
No,
kitchen remodel.
let's start in the bunk room.
All right. Okie
Let's
dokie.
start in the bunk room because it's, like I said, I cleaned it yesterday. It's normally not very clean because we've got a 6 and a 4-year-old that live in there.
And they're actually making me crave throwing the creamer in here. So normally I don't
I'm
do that.
making you crazy.
No, I didn't say crazy. I said you're making me crave this.
Oh. I made him crave the almond milk in it. It tastes better that way.
Makes it taste like candy, like caramel.
Yeah, it tastes much better.
All right.
I'm assuming coffee tastes better with creamer too to most people.
Yeah, most people probably.
All right. Here we go.
All right.
Give an update on this room that Dan built. Do you want me to carry that? So you don't spill it.
Is that a rock in the middle of the hallway?
It's like a wood chip. I mean, why not?
Okie dokie.
All right. So this is the cool Murphy door. I need to clean that up too because stuff just keeps getting piled on it. But this is our secret door. Funny story about that. Let's tell that real quick while we're sitting here in the hallway.
So a couple months ago, or like a little bit ago, do you want to use the taller stand yet? Not yet.
No.
Okay. And there was, I got into bed and we have a video about this with the company that did our fire stuff in here. Anyways, you have to check that out. But anyways, I laid in bed and I could smell gas, like natural gas. Anyways, I was like, no way. So I got out here, went to the kitchen.
It was like 2 a.m.
Yeah, it was late.
when Dan was finally crawling into bed at night.
Yeah. And so
And he kept having this nagging, like, I gotta get out of bed and check it. Like, no, it's fine. No, there's no, I'm not really smelling it. You try to convince yourself because you had just gotten settled in
pain
bed.
in the butt to get in bed and then be like, okay, I gotta go check it. So I went out there and like it was strong when I came out here in the hallway and found out that it was on. So I'm like, okay, crap, what do? Wake up the whole family? Or so I called the fire department and told them or asked them to come out and use their sniffer stuff that they can do to tell like how much gas is in the air.
And we opened all the windows.
Open all the windows and made sure the furnace was turned off. And
did you tell them that the burner was on?
yeah, the burner was on and had been like just pushing gas out. And so anyways, the fire department came and running out with their sniffer things everywhere, and came down the hallway, and I was talking about, okay, do you want me to wake the kids up? And I was like pointing towards the bookshelf here. I was like, do you want me to go wake the kid? I've got three in here and one in here, like talking where everybody was at.
And I was in this bedroom, and the door was open, and our bed's just behind here, and I was laying in bed watching this whole interaction. But
yeah, and so I keep pointing over here and excuse me, talking about the girls being in here asleep, and then it hit me. I was like, oh geez, like these guys aren't familiar with our house. I was like, oh, you guys are probably thinking I'm like crazy because like that's actually a door.
yeah.
And then one lady was like, oh my gosh, she was like, I was getting really confused. Like,
yeah, well, I could see them from the bedroom. I was like watching them as you were talking, and they kept like looking over at the door and then looking at you and looking at the bookshelf, and you could tell that they were like getting confused. So didn't I yell out like, they probably don't know that's a door?
I don't remember, but
anyways,
probably.
So then we're like, well, dang, that could be like a hazard if our house is on fire and they don't know to check.
Yeah, they're like, it's
in
not
this
a
room.
It's not a 4-bedroom, it's a 2-bedroom.
They're like, where's the other bedroom? So that was kind of funny.
We bring my drink in, and
it's
I'll
a
just go in here.
magical door.
So
Just Murphy doors just add a magic touch to houses. It's really cool. We love them.
thank you.
But yeah, if there's ever a fire in the house, we need to make sure and say, hey, there's a bookshelf in the hallway. Push it. There's a door behind, room behind it.
Yeah, because it's really cool. So we've got that. That's a Murphy door. And then right there where Andrea's standing is actually another freaking really awesome Murphy door. Like, this is just like the old closet, like the closet space and everything. And it opens up nicely here to all the closet space when we were trying to figure out what to do to have closet space for all the girls' stuff. Like, I had all sorts of ideas of like building something inside there. And then God introduced us to Jeremy, the owner of Murphy Door. It was the weirdest story. But anyways, it's really cool. These doors like just go in the place of the normal opening. But it's so nice. Like, they've got all this storage. You got like Marley stuff here, Maisie stuff there, and then it was Quinn stuff there. And then we still had all the dresses, the girls' dresses hung up here.
You literally just take the closet doors off, and then you have to rip the frame of the closet off.
Yeah, just
if there's a border. And then all you have to do is install this outer frame, like put these borders on and put the hardware and the closet doors on.
Yeah, they're not hard to install at all.
And it seemed like my mind was baffled, like thinking, like, how is this going to close and not, like, are we still going to be able to hang clothes in there? Because it's thick, and like regular closet doors are just like this.
Bonus, because now we've got drawers, and you can put like shoe shelves up here.
More hanging space.
Or more storage.
You can kind of customize how you want it.
I love self-closing stuff, so I keep on talking about that. But it's just cool. Like, they're actually usable, deep enough drawers that they're functional, and then
you can do it so the drawers and shelves are on the outside of the door too.
Yeah, there's all sorts of configurations you can do to.
Super cool. So for the longest time.
Gosh, damn. Sorry, excuse me.
When we first built this, like every time we asked the girls what their favorite part of the room was, they would say the Murphy door.
Yeah, it's not like
the
not
closets
like training
or whatever.
A plug or whatever. That's like.
Dan spent all this time building all these cool playhouse and all the built-in bookshelves and all the things, and their favorite part was the Murphy door.
I'm gonna go up there and show the floor up in the top thing, because that's like my favorite thing, and I don't get it. Well, besides the stairs, like
Dan wants to show, look, they've got their cute little cubby in here. They were sitting in here reading together yesterday. It was so cute. But Dan wants you to see the floor.
The floor is
I wish
awesome,
this was
'cause
real
it's-
money, but it's not. I like pull the blanket up and there's $20 bills everywhere. But so this used to be where our, well, I guess she's 14 now. She just turned 14. 14-year-old daughter slept. We just had her mattress up here, but we took it out because she moved over to the other room.
And I'll show you how cool I built these stairs. I think Murphy Door should do like a Murphy stair, like everything that they have folds up and does cool stuff, but like it just like goes up there and then locks behind the trim a little bit. And then you got the gas shocks on there to help make it easier. I probably should make it even easier, but now that the little girls are getting big enough to try and do it, they'll be trying to do it. But then it just comes back down and locks into place, and then you can go up it. The reason why I did that whole staircase was so that underneath here, is the rest of the play place. And chandelier with electricity.
So cute.
All the good stuff in there.
They haven't played a ton in here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what we need to do in there that makes them want to play. It surprises me that they don't.
I want to play in there.
I know. If I was a kid, I swear I would just like make a little. Maybe
I'd be
we
in
just
there
need to
every
put like
day.
a bunch of blankets and pillows in there, so they just want to sit in there and read or something.
Or put something in there. Yeah. Oh, we
It's
had
so cute in
need
there.
to build like a little bench or something that it's just like not quite big enough. We had the little stools, but those were like too big and they're funky and they fall apart everywhere. Those pink fluffy ones.
Yeah.
But anyways,
So if you're just tuning in, Dan built this whole room. That's why we're in here. He finished it almost 2 years ago, but we cleaned it yesterday. It's not usually very clean, so we decided to do a little tour around here. Isn't
put
this
my
picture nice? I love this picture.
oh, and then the beds.
So cute. And these little girls, like this reminded me of Maisie and this reminded me of Marley. So
And then the beds that I built too, they lift up and have the gas shocks for being able to help lift it and make it easy. They open up all the way. I just don't want to mess up the beds right now.
and you can store things under there. We've got extra stuffed animals and extra blankets under there right now.
Yeah. I did do, when I built it, I tried to make sure I had enough space in here for my wheelchair and so I could actually go in and say goodnight to the girls. So it's all built like very specifically for my wheelchair, for my head height and everything. Like if you look through the videos, like I drew on the wall, like where I'd be sitting and like my head height, and I drew like my hat and stuff, just being funny. And then built it around that. But when I did it, I built it and then like did the bed, and then I put this piece of trim in here, and like I built it so tight that it hits that when I go to lift the bed, and it makes it a pain in the butt really tight when we're making the bed. So when I take these railings off, if we do, like the girls don't need them. I don't know if we should or if they're just cute to leave them on, but
It is cute. I think eventually we'll take them off and not too
or spin them around.
far down the road because they won't
spin them
need
around at
them.
least. But anyways, then yeah, I built the bookshelves in there, and then that side out was an easy one to do because I was building that section and wanted to have a little shelf there. Then I was like, well, that's not fair because the other one, whoever's sleeping there, is going to want a bookshelf. So cut that one in. On the hallway side of that, there's a closet.
There's a closet on the other side.
So
And then he did this shelf in the middle. So cute. The girls love it. It's been
Marley's always like once a month she'll just be like, Daddy, Thank you for my room. I love you. Thank you for making it. And she always like, all right, who's paying you to say this stuff? Like,
I do. I sneak them $1.
yeah, I figured somebody's got it. It's just too sweet. But anyways, that's that. And yeah. You want to
All right.
different tripod? Are you liking that one still?
Joy says, so adorable. Call me Fat Jesus. Says, that's awesome. I used to do the same kind of stuff for my cats. Janet says, hey, you guys, you're looking great. Best wishes from Ireland. Thanks. Rose says, I thought about trying that. Not sure what she's, maybe mushroom coffee? I don't know.
Yeah, that's when she said that.
And then Janet said, it's amazing from an empty room to this, a little girl's dream room. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So before, this room was kind of, so it had up here, it had like a trim with a shelf on it that went all the way around. So it was like too low that you couldn't really put a bunk bed in here. And then
the shelf.
Where this is, there was just like there was already like a kind of a nook in here, and it had a desk.
Yeah, like back where the wall squares off.
So you had to you couldn't block off that desk with a bed on this wall, and it was hard to put a bed on this wall. It just there was just nowhere to put multiple beds in here, and we needed multiple kids in here. So we came up with this design, and it worked perfectly. So cool. We started out we were gonna order like a triple bunk bed on Amazon or something.
Yeah.
And then we went for, I kept changing my mind every 5 minutes. Dan would go to Home Depot to get stuff to build oh yeah. We were gonna buy one, and then Dan's like, I can just build that. So we were originally just gonna build it.
Way cheaper. I was like, I can't, I built homes for a living. I was like, I'm not gonna spend that for a bed.
So he was gonna build a triple bunk bed, just like a normal bunk bed, with 3 beds though. And then, anyway, after lots of back to the drawing boards, this is what came out, and it ended up being a much bigger project than a triple bunk bed, but holy crap, it turned out amazing.
Yeah, I keep going to Home Depot, and I come home with a couple of 2x4s and some wood, whatever, and then it'd be it wouldn't work for what all of a sudden she was wanting. I was like, okay, no more of this. We're drawing this stuff, and it's worked out to draw things now when we're talking about them. One, I can actually, with my brain, I have to see something. Otherwise, I'll just...
What's up, Joshua?
Taft?
Yeah, he's on
here. What's up,
here.
dude? See, we get to know people's names. I'm not even looking. I don't know your name.
Butterflies are free, says the room is beautiful. Job well done. You're a very talented man with a lovely family. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
Look
cute.
at the ceilings in the playroom, and then above the beds. That's the other cool part. It's so pretty. I love it. It turned out really cute in there with that part. I need to add a bunch of lighting still. It's way too dark up there. On that bed's too dark. I was gonna do the underglow lighting under the beds and didn't do it yet. And then both the girls need a reading light that they can control on their own.
We're all hypocrites, says, stay strong, brother. You're an inspiration to lots of men out here. Boys like Andrew Tate could only wish they were as strong as you. May God be with you and all your success and happiness in life.
Thanks, man.
And then Baigabati Chanu says, love from India.
Oh, very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, so here's this room. Should we move on to...
And then we did the flooring and everything through the whole house. I laid all the laminate flooring through everywhere. Except for one room that's still carpet, which is disgusting actually.
Yeah.
You need to just rip that out.
We do need to rip that out.
That's gross.
When we put in the desk I was talking about, we can do that.
We had a child that we won't say his name because you're right, I'd probably get really mad. Just kidding. No, we have had all sorts of messes on that floor in there. I need to get it ripped out of there.
Have
we
you
don't know if
ever
the
thought
pets
of training young men to build? We're all hypocrites, sis.
Oh.
That would be cool to hold like community classes to teach like youth to build.
Yeah, they'd probably dig that, like the Home Depot classes and stuff where everybody shows up and puts on their little apron and.
Because so many people's like dads don't know how to do it. People need to be taught. Our own kids won't sit here and watch and learn, but
yeah, our own kids.
Maybe other people will pay us to teach their kids.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea.
I've watched a lot of your videos. In my town, there's a blind guy that teaches young mechanics. That's cool. Joshua says he needs kitchen flooring but can't afford it. You can get it for a pretty decent deal these days. You can get some that's only like less than $2 a square foot.
You can still get stuff that's like 80 and 90 cents a square foot.
Yeah, and it's not hard to install. Like I've done it. I've watched you do it. All right, let's move to our room and talk about the bookshelf in there. Again, guys, those who know us know that we like to keep it real, so we didn't like go through and clean our whole house for this tour.
Nope,
we just want you to see that
it's a little bit
we're
messy.
a family of 8, and this is my pile of laundry that I need to put away today. So, yay.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be doing later.
So, anyways,
Let's talk about.
Hold on, I just got this whole mess of crap over here.
So, I'll talk about this project for a second while he clears some of the stuff over. After we started our social media, like our biggest goal and dream initially, like as far as working with brands, was to work with Home Depot, and we had them, a third-party company reach out to us to do a collaboration with Home Depot, and we originally were going to do it. Weren't we just going to do it on the girls' bedroom?
Yeah.
But I had talked for years about doing this shelving wall in our bedroom because our room is huge. Like you could literally fit 3 king-size beds in here. And we had just this big empty wall across. And so for years I had dreamed about this shelving wall. So anyways, I kind of duped Dan into building it super quick because we had
4 days to build it.
a deadline on this Home Depot collaboration. And I promised them that we were going to do this project in our bedroom for the
before we went to Thanksgiving and Blanding.
Yeah, so Dan had like 4 days to get it done, and I was like, well, we're going to force it because I know how things go around here, and we get so busy, and I'm like, it's never going to happen if we don't force it. So he got it miraculously and incredibly. He got it built in those 4 days. It's not fully finished yet still. We still need to put the trim and different things on it, but we finished it enough that we could do the video. So I'm going to put links to the video, like a couple of the videos that we've made, like shorts videos that show kind of the building process of the bunk bedroom, as well as this project that we did with Home Depot. So anyways, that being said, Dan's trying to clean up a little bit so we can see it better. But yeah, so this whole wall right here was just a blank wall with nothing. Should turn the fireplace on.
Yeah.
Behind this fireplace on the wall is some really cute. We wrote little messages and the little girls drew on there. So.
Oh yeah. Get a nice little fire in here. I need to get this TV swapped with something that's not so freaking heavy and ancient. It's like the heaviest thing. shoulder does not cooperate.
So Dan like built these cupboard doors and everything custom. He got the equipment to do that, and what is on the thing
Doggy
right
dog.
here? What do I do for work? I do social media. I spend a ton of time editing videos, filming, posting, responding to comments, emailing brands, working collaboration deals, answering emails, raising 6 kids. So yeah, this is our job. What are you doing?
There's like all these little pieces.
Nobody wants to stand by while you're vacuuming the floor.
Marley started ripping up all this toilet paper for our pet. For her, we were playing with. We were playing
Where do you guys
Barbies
get all
and
your
mice
cash?
today.
Well, we don't have a ton of cash, honestly. We've
What
been
are you saying?
super blessed to have like a few brand deals here and there, enough to carry us over. And Dan has Social Security disability. And
I need to put the trim on that
somehow
fireplace. That's ridiculous.
God always provides.
Where's the light?
But
There it is. But
we have, as I'm sure you've seen on here, we've had times where we've really been struggling financially. And like when Dan was in the hospital earlier this year and he was without insurance for like the time that he was in the hospital several times in a row.
yeah. Is somebody being serious about all the cash?
It's Joshua Taft is wondering where we get our money.
Oh.
He's just still talking about how he can't afford the floor. So he gets $1,200 a month.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Like, you got to play the games, too, if you're on Social Security and disability, because they, like, really watch you on, like, right now. I still need to battle with Social Security because they're saying that they overpaid us because I was working a job for a minute, which we had, like, set everything else up in advance so that I could work the job. And then make sure that we made under the amount to still keep things. But anyways, so they fixed mine, and they quit trying to recover my money, but they're still like recovering on all of our kids' money, which is stupid because it's like my account. But I need to follow through. Anyways, Josh, it's pain. So
It's like a full-time job being on the phone with them.
seriously, like.
Josh says, yeah, I'm always on the phone with them. Yeah.
Right? Seriously, dude. You spend hours and it
Butterflies
yeah.
Are Free says, I hope your husband's pain has gotten better. It's heartbreaking to see him suffer. It's like on a daily basis. He has pain all the time. It never goes, what he says, below a 3, which probably for most of us would be more like a 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. Anyways, yeah, but it's just when, usually now, thankfully, it's just when something else is wrong that his pain spikes and goes super crazy, like some of the videos you've seen, when he has an infection or when he has a sore or a UTI or something. But Joshua says, I'm not being mean. We speak free here. I want to do the best I can to. No, I don't think you're being mean.
I didn't know. I was
For
just
sure.
If you're talking about my comment about
The cash.
I heard Andrea just say, "Where do you guys get all your money?" And every once in a while, you get people that are like jump on and
That are being mean.
just stirring the pot. So I was like, "Is somebody being mean?"
If
over
I would
there?
have said it came from you, he would have known you weren't being mean.
But I need
All right,
to put
let's talk about this project.
I've got the trim and stuff still outside. I need to finish up. It's so embarrassing that I haven't. But part of me whipping myself into shape, I'm not. Like I've got plans that are boiling, and it's gonna be a different me around here for real. Like I'm sick of it, but I need to finish this up, wrap the trim up, and the crown and the base and everything, and get it all done. And part of that, it's like when you know something's gonna be like hard to do, you put it off for a little bit. Like, for instance, like this bows out on the end because the wall that I'm butted up to down there has a bow and everything is built like very exact. Like I'm OCD on building, so when we got it all built and it was like bulging out still, like a carryover from that, and maybe this wall next to it right here, I can't remember what, but anyways, the best fix would be to like come back in and take these end shelves out and cut them in so that it just goes flat. So that goes to the whole, in order to do that, I've got to take my covers out of the what do you call those, pot whatever, something hole things that the screws are all coming up through the bottom, and then cut them all down and put it back in. But
What?
anyways,
You don't need to do all that.
we can't have it like sticking out like that over there.
Like what?
You're silly. Like by the light switch, like go rub your hand over there.
Put a piece of trim or something. Some caulk. Who cares? That is too much work. That thinking of doing that is gonna make it so we never do any of it, which is probably what's happened. We just gotta finish it. Dan's a perfectionist, guys. Look at him. He's like cannot handle the thought of not. I thought we had discussed that and decided that we were just gonna caulk it or something.
No, I bought that lightweight sheetrock mud, and I was just gonna
Level the wall out.
like float it out so that I can deal with it mentally. 'Cause I can't put a piece of trim on there because then it'll just stand
Just
out.
hang
like,
a curtain over it. Just kidding.
yeah, we should put a curtain in there. Maybe if I did the sheetrock mud, it'd be. I know I could swallow that.
All right.
Anyway,
Let's talk about what you did here.
so I did the flooring, and then built this stuff. Like,
We used to have some nasty carpet in here. Also, Joshua, as far as the projects go, we have like friends in lots of different industries. Dan has friends. So with the flooring, they gave it to us at cost. And then with this project to buy all the materials and stuff, like I said, we collaborated with Home
Yeah, Home
Depot.
Depot
And
gave
so
it
they
to
paid
us,
us and gave us money to buy supplies and stuff. And yeah, our social media has really opened a lot of doors for us. So a lot of the stuff that you see us have, like the nice stuff, it's stuff that we've been given in exchange for creating advertising content for companies. Even like Dan's cool wheelchair. We got that in exchange for doing a collaboration with Not a Wheelchair with Jerry Riggs Everything. So there are definitely perks to having a large following online because it's beneficial to companies to have you talk about their products to lots of people.
we're not anywhere near what. Yeah, there's so many possibilities of making really good income with some social media, but it's like,
Even like, I don't know if you saw that how we took that trip to Florida and took our family and friends and everything this past summer, like that was all paid for by the company, and they paid us to do that. And yeah, so
they paid for us to
that's
stay
what
there.
we do for work. We don't just have like all kinds of cash. In fact, when we were waiting to get paid for that collaboration deal, we're seriously like months behind on our bills in anticipation of getting paid by them. So
Yeah, when we got paid, we had to send half of it out to
more than half.
all the different bills that we had been behind on.
Yeah. So we feel
bank
like we're
was like-
constantly playing catch up on bills, but
The bank's like, do you just want to give the give the van, the vehicle to them instead of like having to worry about paying or whatever? Like, no.
they
they're
said
not.
that.
Yeah, this last time the guy got a little snooty or whatever. He's
Oh.
like,
They
talking
they
about
wanted to
repoing.
repossess it.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
shoot.
yeah, we're not doing that because like it's like a $80,000 van that we had to put my medical money on, and so we only owe like 20,000 on it or something silly. Like still way too much, but
No, it's only like 15 or 10 right now.
yeah,
I
and
think
we
it's
could
at
sell
10.
it for, we could still sell it supposedly like for somewhere between like 50 and 70, but yeah, they would love to come and repo that for the, for them, they would love it.
Oh, man.
They would be like, score. Yeah, don't make your payments, you guys. We'll just help you out.
We are hoping some point in the near future that we get consistent income from our social media so that we can help other people too.
Yes,
So.
yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Oh my gosh, like you see these channels, or well, not even to show people. Like we've done stuff in the past that we don't ever post, or like it is the coolest feeling to be able to like see somebody else struggling and know that they're struggling because you've been there and done that. But to be able to be a source of like light and hope, and even if it's for that one day, like to go give them some financial help, either in the way of cash or, you know, drop a car off or something, like whatever, like crazy thing you can do. Like that's what kind of stuff it gets us both excited, is the philanthropist mindset. So
Is there anything else you want to talk about with this situation here?
Nope.
All right.
I don't think so.
What should we show
I'm gonna
next?
show the flooring in the hallway and then the boys' room. And then
The boys' room is not showable. We'll post a video link to that because right now it just looks like complete literal trash.
like I don't know the
That's
laundry
not
room
even
how
worth
bad that
showing.
is, but anyways, like again, all the flooring and stuff, it laid all that like through the whole place. Oh, do we have the key for
It's open, but
in there with the
Did you
swing
do-
and stuff that you put in there? And I mean, it's not nice, but we did the.
can't really appreciate it. It's good.
All
We
right,
can skip that one.
all right.
Just show the
Think of
walls
that.
you built and the ramp, the laundry room.
All right. Don't look in there.
Our kids' room.
So the laundry room and kitchen area, like this used to all just be like a totally different mess. Used to come in here and the washer and dryer was like right there, and then there was like the wall would go down and skip in.
Like it was in a closet right there. The washer
Yeah,
and
right
dryer.
here in the kitchen.
And Dan couldn't, like, it was like folding doors that came out, or they had a curtain on it. The folding doors were off. And like
No, they were up there actually.
this stuck out more, right? The countertop.
Yeah, yeah, it stuck
Yeah,
out
that's
like.
what I said. They were off and they had a curtain on it or something, right? Or they were on.
They were on.
Oh. This stuck out more. Folding doors that fold, what are they called? Accordion,
Bifold.
bifold. And so there wasn't room for Dan to like sit here and get to the washer and dryer very easily.
Yeah,
It was
like
a
I
big
couldn't.
pain in the butt.
I couldn't get into it, but
So
That-
he built this wall.
and it sucked having the laundry room in the kitchen. Not like
Yeah.
you see the mess right now. It's like whatever. So this is real life.
Real life, guys.
So I tore all that out, and that was like the first biggest real job that I took on, because I was like having to build like full size walls.
Yeah,
and
we put these
and,
barn doors on too.
like I was gonna have to
What
build
was here before?
just the
The bifold doors too?
bifold doors there too.
So Dan put these barn doors on too.
But anyways,
Sorry, Joshua said he likes the barn doors.
yeah.
Butterflies are free, said love those doors. Yeah,
We
I love
tore-
barn doors.
We tore all that stuff out, but then like I was intimidated because we had a baby that was going to be due soon, and then like I know I didn't want the house all torn apart for when we had a new baby, so it was like It was another time crunch thing. It was like, do you think it's gonna be? Can we get it done in time before the babies do? And we're like, sure, it can. And then, luckily, it all came together. But I was like having to build walls, like laid down walls, normal 8-foot walls, running around with my nail gun and figuring out how to do everything with a wheelchair and everything getting in the way and like standing walls up, and had to move all the plumbing and electrical stuff everywhere because we changed everything up, but ended up making sure that there was enough room to have a decent laundry room that could actually like be in front of the washer and dryer. And we built it based on like my being able to do a 360 in front of it, and then like determine that that's where the wall was going to be, and this other wall on this side.
There's a door to the outside here too, so the idea here initially was to have it like a mud room so that the kids can come in and out, but in the end that didn't end up being practical because they didn't want to use that door. They never used the back door. The only time that back door was used to go in and out was when our teenage son was sneaking out.
Yeah.
So we ended up blocking it with a bunch of boxes and locking it. But
so right now the way it is, we added the bathroom like this last year because it just wasn't cutting it to have extra teenagers, boys and girls, both all trying to get ready. When we had 4 kids trying to get ready for school, it wasn't happening, and the boys are dirty and nasty. And anyways, it was like a big mess. So we added this, and then got it all cut out and everything for a wall. The wall's supposed to fit here, and then the Murphy door that's on the girls' room right now should fit right. Well, it does fit right here.
Yeah, and I wasn't pointing over there, so we're planning on building a wall right here.
Yeah. And
having that Murphy door shelf right here, so it's like a hidden bathroom behind there. But
and then
this is one of my favorite parts too, because this bottom basket we use for dirty laundry, and then we can stack the clean clothes in here if we're not ready to put them away yet.
Yeah, and the idea with using that Murphy door down here is you can deal with it being like it. You can see I just barely can get through it, like with an inch on each side. So like I have to like watch where my fingers are. For the bedroom, I'd like to go back to a bigger opening, and so that's what we're gonna do up there. Put that one in here, finish this wall off so it's done, and then.
If you're wondering what this mess of a wall is over here, we painted it with whiteboard paint, so this is all like dry erase marker that the kids, I can't like bring myself to erasing it because
I know, it's like
now
so
like
cool.
A lot of the stuff on here is stuff that our now 19-year-old daughter did, like right here. And
their friends, Piper was here.
Yeah.
Arby's, we have the meat, like just fun stuff.
We're gonna have to just take some good pictures of it and then erase it. It needs to be repainted because it doesn't. And then, of course, our 4-year-old decided that the door was part of the wall. Well, how's she to know? She doesn't understand that it's different paint.
Yeah, we can write on this wall.
I love this kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, I just see this. Heart, Dad, Mom. Aw, that's so sweet. 844 times 28. There's no answer there. Anyway, it looks like the girls have tried to wash a bunch of it off, so it's. I'll be right back. Scream. I always come back. I wrote that. Anyways.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
So
I think that will be something the kids remember when they grow older.
Anytime we've done a remodel, like, in the living room, I should go in there in a second, but built a ramp in there and then again did the flooring in there. But when the flooring was up, Andrea has a fun time with the kids, and they'll all get paint or markers or whatever and draw, and color and write all sorts of stuff down, and that was.
I have to go back through and either
Wow,
edit
that's-
this live and add videos or
Edit it and edit out our messes. Just kidding.
Dan extended this so that we could fit a TV on here. That was our Christmas last year. And then we had actually some friends in our ward help lay down this flooring. But Dan, in our church congregation, we call it a ward, Dan built this ramp for himself because when we bought this home, it was like a quick purchase. We needed to buy, so Dan's ex-wife lives in our same town, and our older daughters that he shares with his ex-wife were going to school out here, and we wanted all of our kids to go to school together, and so we were trying to get them in this school, but it was so crowded that they wouldn't make a boundary exception, so we had to move and buy a house out here.
They were
Sell our other house
stubborn,
like
man.
super quick before school started. So anyways, this is the only house we could find that was on one level and that would fit our needs. And so there were lots of things we had to change about it. At first, Dan couldn't even like get in the house because there wasn't a ramp or
Yeah, there's
anything.
no ramps anywhere.
And he ended up being in the hospital after a major surgery when we moved in this house. So I had to like close on selling our first home together that we remodeled, and that was so sad to like do that by myself while he was in the hospital. And then also close on this house by myself while he was in the hospital, and then move while he was in the hospital. It was like, so our last home we bought together and we remodeled a ton of it. Like we literally had the toilets on the front lawn and everything.
Yeah.
And it was like we had so many memories there, and it was really hard to move out of that house while Dan was in the hospital and not like get to say goodbye to it together. My sister actually flew in. She lived in China at the time, and she flew in to help us move, and I was like in the car having a total mental breakdown while she was in my house packing stuff. But anyways, long story to say that we had to
so
do
now-
a lot of modifications on this
Yeah,
house.
this was steps, like the other side of the room here where you just got a step going out.
Yeah.
So I had to do the same thing. Well, I had to build something and have it not take up the whole room. So it's a little bit
Steep.
steeper than it should be, but it's not bad.
Underneath this flooring though, like Dan was saying, we put like Kills primer down, and so it was all white, and then we just got out a bunch of markers and crayons and stuff, and the little kids just drew all over the floor, like all kinds of fun pictures. It's so fun. I'll post links to all those videos if I
Yeah.
remember.
We've repainted and changed everything through. It used to be like farm red and brown and stuff in here, and the dirty rock, gray, like just normal rock wall here, and it just looked really like a dungeon-y type room, a dungeon-y farm, a mix.
Yeah, it's rough.
So added the wall stuff here in the bottom, the wainscot, and then painted it up. Andrea did all the painting and got it all dolled up. Mm-hmm. She killed it with the paint, like all the rock stuff in here. We had a electric spray gun that we lent out to a friend that says that we never lent it to them. But
This used to be like just stone colored and regular rocks.
yeah,
But it all just looked brown carpet, dingy walls. That it was really so dark.
red, brown, and green, like dark red
Yeah.
and dark green farm stuff.
Did you already say, I was getting sidetracked with comments, but did you already talk about what color it was in here?
Yeah.
So
and the rock.
brown and dingy in here, and then like red and like literally like diarrhea brown on the wainscot. It was not cute. We did not like this house when we first looked at it, and then also it had this.
I added the wainscot, and then
no, you didn't.
Wood trim on this one.
No, you didn't. That was in our other house.
Oh.
This hallway is like super long, and then they had like a runner rug that went down, and so it made it. It was like a skinnier rug than than the wall. I mean the width of the hallway, and so it felt like it was so narrow and so claustrophobic. Like I remember when we first looked at it, I was thinking like, is the wheelchair even gonna fit down this hallway? It seems so narrow.
It did seem skinny. But yeah, that's about it. Like then had to, while I was in the hospital recovering, I'd called one of my old bosses that through my years of construction and had asked him to come help me out. That we bought this house, had to buy it, and didn't have a way to get in here, so I asked him to just come configure a ramp that I could make sure I could still shut the garage door and get in the house. And so he came over and built this, and he never let me end up taking him to lunch or saying hi to him or anything. I think it just really tripped him out that I was paralyzed and made him uncomfortable, because he saw me when I was in my heyday of running around, like literally running across the top of trusses and like playing tag on walls that were 40 foot tall, and we were running around like we were invincible and stuff. And then not he and I, but me and my coworkers. So he was used to seeing that side, and I think it was just too hard. But this is also the area where we now have Utah's biggest jumping spider. This guy right here.
Gotta be some kind of a.
Look how big he is. He drugged this worm up there yesterday and ate him. He's getting hungry. He's waiting for more food.
This is our pet, and he started out really tiny.
He started out like this a ladybug.
Yeah.
So he doesn't eat ladybugs. They actually bully him around. It's funny. They like come up and make him move. It's so funny to watch. But he's cool. He'll get on us, and like he's a cool little. The girls are always like, "Daddy, will you let me hold the spider?" So I got to come and get him out all the time, and he's got some cool markings on his butt in there. It's like red. And normally this is all really clear.
He looks like a black widow. If you didn't know any better and didn't know what black widows look like the marking on his back, it's like just red on black, and it, like I feel like as he's getting bigger, he's turning into a black widow, which doesn't make any sense. But I'm like scared of him now, when I wasn't before.
The sidewalls are all looking like white, but it's because he's got his web just completely strung around this thing. It's crazy. Look at him. He's funny. He's like perching up all. He's like, what? What are we doing?
Leanne Hunt says that it's the problem I'm facing now is I'm always stuck home because not a ramp. I can go up and down by myself. I've only been in a chair about 3 months. I love your home. It's beautiful. Oh, Leanne, you'll figure it out. There are, I don't know if you already know this, but there's usually, depending on, wait, what is this?
The girls brought a stick in from outside.
Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, they just added that yesterday.
Squirrel. Like, what is that? That is not the plant that we used to have. Anyways,
it tripped me out too because like, it's got green leaves on it. What the heck is this thing?
Talk to Leanne about resources like Roads to Independence.
Yeah, where do you live?
Because she says she doesn't have a ramp that she can get in and out of her home by herself.
Well, one, you can reach out to like your local. I don't know if you're part of a church organization at all, but usually people love doing service to help people out. Like you'd be so blown away and how willing people would be in wanting to try to help you out. And anyways, sorry. With that, I used to work for a company here called Roads to Independence. So it's an independent living center, which means that they help people live independently. So each state usually has something along that line. And for here, like my job, I was an assistive technology coordinator. So I would go out to people's homes and evaluate their home and their disability and then see what they needed. And then I would help either see what we had in our supply bank there at the facility, whether it was wheelchairs or ramps or whatever thing you can imagine, or if it was something that I thought they needed, like a car, an accessible car, or things built onto their home, things like that. I would write grants to the state for, or in their behalf, basically, and then if they approved it, I'd set the vendors up to come out and do those builds and different things for people. So it was a really cool job.
There should be a place like that locally if you haven't already connected with them.
Like, and this one, there's not any money ever owed by you. Like if you qualify, and like you just have to be, like, essentially if you're on disability or whatever and you don't have lots of money saved up, you qualify, and then.
But if you can find someone locally, like, it does not take that much to build a ramp. It's a pretty easy, you get some plywood and some 2x4s, right?
Yeah.
And cut the right angles or whatever. So somebody that knows anything a little bit about
somebody
building
in your neighborhood or whatever would love to help you out.
That would be like a few hour project that would change your life. So you should get on that, girl.
Yeah.
Find somebody to help you. Post it on the local town Facebook page. Hey, are there any builders out there that want to build a ramp for me? I
don't have the time or the money or the accessibility or whatever.
Yeah.
People would love to help, seriously, especially this time of the year.
Yeah, Joshua says my old ramp was not pretty, but it worked. Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty. It literally could be a piece of plywood nailed down to a few 2x4s.
Yeah,
but
the one at our first house was the first time I got my nail guns back out after my injury, and I built like the ramp we brought it here actually. The ramp that's out this back door I built so that I could get into our last house. That I built because the house that I was living in when I broke my back was a split entry home.
Yeah, that was
so crazy. It had steps up to the front door, and then you'd go inside, open the door up, and you'd have to you had a landing, but then you'd have to go up or downstairs. So I ended up having to have stair lifts installed, and then found extra wheelchairs, one to have upstairs, one to have downstairs, and then I'd have my daily runaround chair. And
Leanne says I don't have the money. That's what we're saying.
Yeah,
It's not that expensive to get some plywood and some 2x4s, but
people
would help and be able to donate it. Or if you're looking at one of these facilities like the Independent Living Center, like you just fill out an application, like a financial thing that's usually like a page long.
Of course.
And then if you qualify financially, then they cover the whole cost of everything. So yeah.
Or if it's something that they have like in their loan bank, you can borrow it.
There are a lot of good people out there, though.
Seriously.
I'm telling you, if you posted on your like town Facebook page and just told a little bit about your story and that you need help, I'm sure somebody would reach out.
Even if you reach out to your whatever faith or church or whatever is dominant in your area, if you don't attend one, like people that are service oriented and believe in and like follow God in any way are generally like really big hearted and want to help and serve people. So
yeah, Joshua, I'm not talking about borrowing money or whatever. I'm talking about people that will do this for you at their cost.
Yeah, just
or the
for
state,
free or
the state-funded grants that grant people money to do these types of things.
Yeah, the job I was doing, like we never took money from people, and I think the one year I wrote like $260,000 worth of grants. Just me, one person from that facility, like
Yeah.
to have cars, to have ramps, to have things done.
The
in
ramp
people's
we have
homes.
out front in our house, when we had initially moved here 8 or 9 years ago, we got done by the Independent Living
Yeah,
Center
before I
you worked there.
Yeah.
And it was all free, and they came out and installed it
And it was
everything.
like 20-something thousand bucks for that ramp because it was all aluminum and it was really long. But yeah, I didn't have to pay for anything. And then after 3 years, whatever you borrowed or they did or whatever, like normally they say, well, if you end up moving, like let us know so we can come back and get it, or if you don't need it anymore, let us know and we can come get it. But after 3 years, the state here, anyways, the state washes it off their books because at that point it's like technically it'd be too used and run down to run somewhere else, even though it's metal and aluminum and doesn't break down or wear out. Anyways, so like where do you live? Get like state and city. I'm just curious, and I look something up and see if I can find something when I'm able to use my phone again.
Yeah, if you want to send us an email,
I need to still do
Andrea Cotter at thewheelchairdad.com or Daniel Cotter at thewheelchairdad.com. And Cotter's with a K, Kotter. If you want to email us, we'll be happy to like look into it for you. There's no reason you should be stuck inside your home. There are resources out there. I know it's hard when if you've only been using a wheelchair for 3 months, like it's hard to even process that there's help out there, or even just process that you're having to use a wheelchair, and then like
what's her name? Who is it that we're
get
talking
into
to?
the mental space where you can even reach out for help. So we're happy to help you if you hunt.
Because I gotta say something
help.
afterwards too.
It's overwhelming. She said she's had, where is it? 11 back surgeries, and my spinal cord got pinched off. I was walking one day and the next paralyzed.
Yeah, see, people in the real life community, like everybody hears stories like that and they're like, holy crap, there's no way, like if that ever happened to me, like kill me dead. Like I don't want to deal with it. Like there's no way I'd be able to pull through it. Like people already like that know you or of you, like are already blown away and amazed just the fact that you carry on and like carry such a burden, which is I know somebody that's something like that. But anyways, like people hear that and are they just want to help in any way. Like let people help you. Like allow an opportunity for people to help you, and you don't have to be shy about it at all. Like the money aspect of it at all. People just want to help for real. People just want to help. Especially this time of the year, people are really just giving in their hearts and in their minds and whatever. Like I'd
All
like
right,
to,
Leanne, I put my email address in the chat so you could see. And you're right, Joshua, it's hard. He said it's hard alone, feeling sick and hurt. It's hard for even healthy people to buck up and call and do all that. True. Yeah, that's what I started thinking here at the end, which is why we're happy to help. Cause
this is why I'm asking, like, some info from you.
So email us. And then he also said, people always tell me they're amazed I'm so strong and resilient, then say good luck. Yeah, we have a funny, not funny story about that. We had a neighbor in our first house that they lived like right across the street from us. And they were the type of neighbor and friend that was like, oh, let me know if you need anything. But then they actually weren't there to help. This guy was like a gamer and would just play video games all day long. But there was one time specifically where Dan was out mowing the lawn, like literally
our neighbor's lawn
with the push mower. He was mowing the lawn with his wheelchair, and this neighbor walked by and he's all, hey, how's it going? Talked to him for a second, and then he's all, well, let me know if you ever need any help with anything, and then just walks off and goes into his house. This was like on a Saturday or something. And anyway, it was like, you literally could probably stop and mow the lawn for him for 20 minutes if you really wanted to help.
The thing is I mowed our lawn, but it was our neighbor There's like this Hispanic lady that she's older and like decrepit a little bit, and so I was helping to mow her lawn, and he's all, "Oh my gosh, like that's cool. That's such a nice idea. Like, let me know if I can do anything to help out." I was like, "Well, yeah, you can help out."
Yeah, you even told him.
I told him, I was like, "Yeah, I could use your hand, dude."
You could help right now.
And he just like, "Okay, yeah, man, yeah, for sure. Let me know." And then just kept like working his way, and then he like walked away, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, you are a dweeb." I couldn't stop laughing, and I had to tell Andrea. I was like, "Oh my gosh, man."
Yeah.
People.
Variant says, do your kids struggle seeing you in pain all the time? I have a little sister who's always in pain, and all I do is worry about her.
Yeah, like, it's sweet. Even, I don't know, anytime there's like wishes, like eyelash wishes or birthday wishes or thoughts like that, Maisie and Marley are even still commenting, making comments. Quinn used to always add in her prayers up until just barely, like,
that your pain would go away.
Yeah, help his daddy's pain to go away and help him to walk, and like.
I think we explained to her one time, like,
don't get mad at God. That's like, yeah.
Yeah, because
like, don't pray and expect that to like happen, and then be mad at God because I'm not walking and because I'm still in pain.
yeah,
And,
I was worried about it because I grew up with a mom that was an alcoholic addict, and I remember as a little girl I used to always pray that she would stop drinking, and I had to kind of reconcile that in my mind when I got older, like, why didn't God answer that prayer? And I had to like realize like there's free agency, and that God doesn't control people's choices and agency and whatever. But yeah, so when she like over and over every night was praying that Dan would be able to walk, it was like, oh, well.
yeah, she was sweet.
Yeah.
They're all sweet, but even Marley, our little 4-year-old, will be saying that she wants, she'll pray or say stuff, or not. She doesn't say her own prayers yet. What is it? She was just barely saying something about Jesus to take away Dad's pain. And
She did.
yeah.
Aw.
It's like the sweetest thing to like, for a little tiny 4-year-old to connect, like, when Daddy's hurting, like Jesus or God, like whatever, like can help, should help you. Like, let's have, like, somehow, I can't help you. No doctors are helping you. Like, I hope something can help you. It's just sweet to see them like link over to faith mentally and experience what that is based on what they've learned so far in life. It's kind of cute. It's cool.
Yeah. Joshua says, many get confused because people say God will heal us all. Free will life is a school of sorts. I watch something channel and get upset because they don't understand its life. Flesh is weak, the spirit is strong. Leanne says, yes, my children don't like seeing me in pain. I have one that lives with me with her 3 kids, 1 daughter in Tooele, Utah, and a son in Fillmore. Are you in Utah,
Yeah,
Leanne?
what the heck?
Because we're in Utah. I don't
There's
know if you know that.
yeah, there's an independent place down in down that way. I can help you, like in towards Tooele.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you're from Utah with the last name Hunt. My dad's
Yeah,
from
lots of
Blanding,
Hunts.
Utah. There's lots of Hunts there.
But
We need to get off of this life so we have time to do other work. But
lots of work.
we're going to work on our merch is what we're going to work on. But for those of you that were on the live the other day when we went out and bought spray paint and went and got lunch and everything, St. George, yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of people in St. George
Oh
that
my
will help
gosh,
you.
people in, are you kidding me?
And definitely independent living
Dude.
centers there. So
And definitely people with money that want to help you.
reach out to us so we have a way to get a hold of you.
Yeah,
And we can
we'll
figure
get
out.
you a ramp. Like, that's stupid.
And I don't know if you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but if you are, people will help you. And if you're not,
yeah.
people will help you too.
Yeah, even
I'm
if
just
you
saying,
weren't.
if you are a member, you know that
Because
that's a resource. If
in
you're
Utah,
not,
in
sorry,
Utah, it's
what
a
is
big,
happening?
you know, in Utah, it's like a predominant faith. So like, not saying just because they're Mormon or just because you're Mormon, you'll get help, but
I'm just saying you
Yeah.
know it's a resource if you are. And if you don't know it's a resource, it is.
boom.
Alan Hunt from Blanding, Utah is my uncle. I'm sure my dad knows him. You know, it's a small town. But yeah, I was like, Hunt is a Blanding name. Anyways, if you were on our live, I'm going to just show you. I did almost finish spray painting. But I think I'm just going to leave them like they are because like yesterday I was like feeling like I had pneumonia from inhaling spray paint. I'm just going to go out here and show the chairs real quick. Anyways, Marley and I finished sanding. Oh, and the reason that the live cut off at the end is because Dan's phone battery died and it just shut off all of a sudden. But anyways, we've got these on the lawn still. So we finished sanding and painting them. I got to finish here, but like I said, the spray paint was freaking my lungs out and making my chest hurt. So anyways, we'll set those up on the patio up here. Yeah, it just Dan's phone died right after he went inside. It was like just shut off. So anyways, thanks for hanging out with us,
Yeah.
touring our house. Hopefully it made you feel normal to see our mess, and we will be back here tomorrow, hopefully on the
You
same
got it.
time.
Or earlier
No
still.
offense to any Mormons. The ones I knew were daft kids and didn't even know their own flock.
Yeah. That's usually the case. It's like, that's another thing. People get like so just washed out in habit. But anyways,
Alrighty.
much love, you guys.
We'll see
Thank
you
you.
all later. Hope you have a great day.
Yep. Bye, Mel.